already know they couldn't be here for a reason, but they're here with us in spirit. Y'all give it up for On the Way Stokes and Green. All right, well, I think I've talked enough. I can talk all day now. But we're not here for that. We are here to hear some fabulous speakers. And I have a bio to read because we're going to get ready for our first speaker. All right, so Kalisha Abercrombie, the neighborhood Nana, has spent over 40 years revolutionizing childcare as an early childhood educator and entrepreneur. Driven by her personal experience as a mother, she founded The Drop Zone, a groundbreaking hourly childcare service that blends flexibility with developmental excellence. Through her platform, The Neighborhood Nana, Kalisha empowers parents with wisdom, support, and encouragement. Her unwavering commitment to redefining childcare ensures that every child is nurtured, valued, and equipped for success, while families receive the support they deserve. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the incredible neighborhood Nana, Miss Kalisha Abercrombie.
So I'm going to start by messing everything up, okay? I am Kalisha Abercrombie. I am the owner and founder of The Drop Zone. I am the community's neighborhood Nana. I have been nurturing children for 40 plus years. My oldest daughter is 42. So that's the one thing that I'm really good at. Speaking, not so much. not in a platform like this. I don't mind talking. I think I consider myself a conversationalist. So this is very outside of my comfort zone. I'm happy to sit here and talk to y'all, take my shoes off and talk to y'all like Nana talk to her babies, okay? This right here is a little much for me. So, having said that, I brought this up here for a fact. So when Steph asked me to speak, I was delighted and honored because I already know that the Lord had been leading me in this direction to start speaking to, other women and parents and people in general. So I started getting my stuff together and I came up with this. And I said, that's right, but and then I came up with this. And I said, that's true too, that's good too, but and then I came up with this. And that's true too, and that's good, I can't do it, okay? So if it's all right with you, I just gotta talk from my heart, if it's okay.
All right. Yes.
I just wanna share a little bit of my testimony. I'm no different from any of you. I have challenges, I have ups, I have downs, and I have downs, and then I have ups. So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of my story, my testimony, okay? And then I'm gonna sit down. I have 3 things that I do to move from being stagnant into action. And those are the 3 things that I wanna share with you. It works for me every time, okay? But before that, I just wanna share a little bit of my testimony. So, I love children. I love parents, people, and it all started with me having a family of my own. I have 5 adult children of my own, biological children. I have a blended family. So I have 8 children and I have 24 grandkids. Love them, love them, love them. At my very core, that's who I am. I just love babies, okay? So having 5 children, I needed to work, raising my children. And that was difficult for me because I had to put my children in childcare. That was difficult for me because I didn't like what I was seeing. I used to work for the Child and Adult Care Food Program, and I was the person responsible for going around making sure that all the children were being fed according to USDA guidelines. Right? And I would feed my babies with the one that wasn't in school. But I got to the point where my boss said, you're gonna have to do something with your baby, you can't be bringing your baby to work. So I started on this quest to find childcare, suitable childcare. I couldn't find it. I was unhappy with, what I was seeing. I saw a lot of things that I did like, but a lot of things that I didn't like. So that was the moment when I said, one day soon, I'm gonna open my own facility, and I'm gonna make sure children are properly nurtured and cared for. And parents can go to work or do whatever they need to do, and really truly not have to worry about their children. Although soon wasn't soon. Because you have baby, oh, you need to wait until the baby go to kindergarten. Oh, you gotta wait to do this before you can go to college. Y'all have experienced that on some level yourselves, I'm pretty sure, right? So I had to hurry up and wait till my husband did this, wait till this happened. Okay, so after all of that, I got tired of that, and I ended up, being separated, okay? And, still this dream, it would not die. It would not die. I said, what am I gonna do? I was talking to my daughter, the one who is now 42, and her daughter, and I was saying to her, I just really wish I had an opportunity to open a childcare facility. My grandbaby, who was at that time 12 years old, Jasmine, she said, well, just open the place now, you keep saying that. I don't know, something about how she said it that struck me. I said, oh, okay, since you think it's that easy, go in there and get a piece of paper and you write a date on it. And the date that you write on there, I'm gonna open. And I have a few witnesses in this building right now who can attest to this testimony. So she wrote May 25th, 2019 on this poster board. Am I lying, Steph?
No, you're not.
She wrote that day and I'm like, wait a minute, this is November 2018, okay? So December's gonna come and then 2019 and May 4. Okay, so fast forward, Steph and Edna, it's Tracy, my little friends, my little community, we used to meet periodically. Patrice and Dalton, it was several of us, right? We used to get together, and these are my accountability partners. This is a tribe. You're gonna have to have a tribe, okay? That's my third point, okay? So I'm gonna skip around a little bit because I didn't practice this. Okay? You have to have a tribe, okay? And so if you saying to yourself, easy for her to say, I don't have anybody. You got, all of us are in this building, like Sis said, we are not here by accident. This is a divine appointment. So it's an opportunity for us to network and get together with like-minded people so you can push your dreams forward, okay? Put a pin right there. But anyway, so we wrote the date down. We met, we had a meeting because we used to meet, what was it, Steph? Once a week or once every 2 weeks or something. We had these accountability meetings where we would all get together, our little group of friends. And we were all people who were doing something or endeavoring to do a big project or to open a business. I will say that every person in that room at that time has a business that's still thriving, right? To every single one of us. And it's going to tell you the power of community. You can't be like, oh, I don't want this person to know, and I don't want that person to know. Everybody, we got enough discernment to know who we can trust and talk to, okay? This is a safe space. Find yourself a friend. We're gonna get together and we're gonna make sure that any dreams that you want to push forward, we're gonna push them forward today, okay? But anyway, my task that day, Steph and all of my friends challenged me to find a space. Ed is the real estate person, right? But I think at that specific time, I was instructed by Patrice and Dalton to contact Garlinda, who was a commercial realtor. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm saying, because I'm just that type of person. Who gonna rent me a space with this credit? I'm separated, getting ready to I'm going through all of these, this is what we do. We come up with 100 excuses as to why we shouldn't do something, instead of finding one reason as to why we should, right? Which is, it's people in this community who really need care, right? I should have just followed that. It took me a minute to catch on, so they told me. So by the time I got back to the next meeting, I was supposed to have met with a realtor and do all of that. Garlinda called me, I was scared to death to contact Garlinda. contacted Garlinda. I want y'all to know I did it by Facebook Messenger. I left my message in the queue, I don't even know how long, almost 2 days before we were to meet again. I pushed it and I ran, it was gone. What she did, she called me, it was like 3 minutes. She put me in touch with a guy who told me to meet him at a place. Why am I meeting this guy? I don't have any money, my credit is terrible. I met the guy, fast forward, you know what happened, right? God met us there, all right? He said, now, it was a very untraditional commercial lease. The realtor said, you're gonna have to have coffee with the owner before he'll rent you. And of course, you gotta do the credit application and the this, that, and the third, and whatever. I'm scared to death. Okay. Before I could think about it, I said, okay. I met with the gentleman that owned the square. We sat in Barnes and Noble at the time for 3 hours. Wow. We just clicked. That's God, that's how he works, right? We just clicked. I did not have to do an application process. I didn't have to do any of that. Wow. None of that. I asked the gentleman if my mom could see the space, my parents. My dad, many of you knew him, he passed from COVID, but they came to see the space. I go to see the space, and my dad says, you want the school? He didn't even come in, he wasn't even strong enough to come into the space to look at it, but my mom came in, he asked me, you want the space? I said, yes, sir, I would like the space. Well, what you need Daddy to do to help? I said, well, need first month's rent and a security deposit. He said, hun, get my checkbook, write my baby a check. I said, only for the security deposit, because I didn't want to tax my parents with that. The first person I called after mommy and my dad gave me that check was Stephanie. I don't have to tell y'all what happened after that, right? Do I have to tell y'all what happened after that? Suffice it to say, I got the first month's rent, okay? Everybody was coming out of the work, they was coming with refrigerators. They was coming with this, oh, I never used this has a tag on it. That whole facility was filled. Okay, I'm gonna fly. It was filled by love. Yes. These people, many of these people in this room, they told their friends, that all of y'all got together, sent us $5, $10, just going over there. So we don't move, we don't got a bigger space. Not only did God do it, he met us when I moved my faith into the position that it should have been in to begin with. He met me at every step. And we just been going up higher in him. This ain't me now. I just love your babies, and I just love y'all. The rest of it, he did all of that, and he's still doing it. So what's my point? The point is, I get up here, Steph done told me to do this, I don't know how long ago. I can't even do this. Of course I can memorize the script, but it's not who I am, right? So it's totally, I can do it. I just couldn't do it. So I just have to come up here and tell you exactly what I did, okay? The first thing is you have to own your own right. We are co-authors with Christ, okay? You have to remember that. If you cannot remember that, I want you to call me, 910-476-5315, because I will remind you that you are co-authors with him, okay? You have a lot of autonomy in your own life, all right? You get in there and you take ownership of your own life. That's the first step, okay? That's how you get rid of stagnation. You have to be a good steward over the vision that he gave you. Every one of us here has a vision, otherwise we wouldn't be here. We have something in us that's going to glorify God and push kingdom business forward. That's all we're here for. Only what we do for him will last. Okay? So that's the first thing you need to know. The second thing you need to know is your mind can either free you or it can put you in bondage. Make a choice to move past. You got to do it. Every day, I had to fight to get here today. I've been dealing with my sinuses. Yesterday, I could not even talk. I couldn't even speak. I said, the devil is a liar. I will not call my sister and tell her I'm not gonna show up for her, when she show up for everybody in this room, this whole community, I'm gonna be here if I have to whisper, okay? So here I am. You have to push yourself. If you can't find the strength, call your girl, 910-476-5. Okay? No. Anybody who does know me knows I'm not kidding. Like, call me. Okay, I'm gonna get you there. If I have to hold your hand and walk with you. Okay? We have to do that. We have to do that. The final thing is you have to have your tribe. You cannot remain a community of one. You can't do it by yourself. Okay, you gotta get like-minded people behind you. The right people now, you gotta be prayerful about that. Again, this is a safe space. All of us are here because we want the same thing. We're all stuck and need to get, this is a movement concept. We need to get going, right? So that's why we're here. So the person you need is in this room. Okay? I'll volunteer for the job. 910.
I'll give it up. For the neighborhood man. For the child. Oh my gosh. Woo. What a beautiful testimony and what a beautiful story. So true. You know, sometimes there are gonna always be roadblocks in life. There are, not sometimes there will be. But it's not about those roadblocks, it's how you push through those. And she used that tribe. I was there, some of those meetings, like she's right. Every single person has been able to make it a business and they are thriving now. And you're in a room full of people who are here to support you if that's what you want to do too. So one more time, give it up for Neighborhood Nana. And make sure you guys follow her on Facebook, The Drop Zone Daycare. She's located off of Cliffdale Road now. And we're just so proud of you. She's on Instagram, she's on Facebook, so make sure you find her, The Drop Zone. Woo! Well, I feel bad. Who goes next after this? But I don't, because this next person is an incredible mother of 5, an advocate for healing and resilience. Ms. Rhonda Kirkland, a proud Christ lover and member of Covenant Love Church, is deeply committed to growing her faith through the Word. Originally from Dayton, Ohio, she moved to Fayetteville in 2008 with her 5 children and now has a 3-year-old grandson, Liam. With a background in healthcare administration, Rhonda spent 11 years working in Cumberland County schools. She helped pioneer Zumba Fitness in Fayetteville in 2008, connecting her to her community. Passionate about decorating, music, travel, fitness, and empowering women, Rhonda shares her testimony to encourage and build others' faith. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause for Ms. Rhonda Kirkland. Come on up.
Including the removal of a fallopian tube, which ruptured and caused internal bleeding, had to be removed, and the doctors told me that it would probably happen in the other 2. Well, then I had my first daughter, Sierra, so it didn't happen. Then the other two. But then I had another daughter, Kayla, and she didn't make it. It's okay. She only lived an hour. So my first episode of having to deal with some type of trauma was the miscarriages and removal of my two. Then I have a daughter born, and now I'm right back. I had grief with this other child. So I was angry. Oh, by the way, I'm supposed to be sharing on healing and resilience. So I have a lot of trauma, I have a lot of hurt, but I've healed quite a bit, and I am resilient. I have a relationship with Jesus Christ, so I'm good. I got the victory. So I was back at a place of grief, and I didn't know how to deal with that because I was probably 22. Nobody in my family knew how to deal with that. I was the first to suffer a loss of a baby, so no one was able to give any words of wisdom or much support to me because they just didn't know what to do. And you know, sometimes when we're grieving, we say some things that we're not trying to hurt people, but we kind of do hurt people. So we should think about what we say to people first, or should I share this? How about when someone's grieving, we just say, I love you, I'm praying for you, instead of, oh, it wasn't meant to be. No, I think life was meant to be. God did not take her away. He allowed something to happen, but He's the giver of life. So we should just be cognizant of what we say to people when they're grieving. Yeah. So I did go on to have, I was told by my man and woman of God at the time that God was going to give me double for my trouble and to stay faithful, to stay prayerful. And then here comes daughter number 3, who's sitting in the back, Sydney. And it was so funny because my baby that passed away, Sydney, looks so much like her. Not into the whole reincarnation thing or anything like that, but I think it was a gentle reminder of God's love. Oh, wow. So I gave her middle name as well. But it was funny because my dad was in the hospital when Kelly passed. And then when Sydney was born on my dad's birthday, he said, she looked like your baby that died. So I never did deal with the grief. I now have 2 children, and I think it's just easier not to deal with the grief because I'm busy. So I busied myself because I didn't want to have to revisit that place, which ended up being a really bad choice for me. Well, then the Lord actually did bless me, gave me double for my trouble. I already have the 2 girls. I think I'm okay with, I don't know if I'm going to have any more kids, but maybe let's try for a boy. Well, then I go to the doctor, and they say it looks like you're miscarrying twins. The sacs are empty. You should have heartbeats by now. Follow up with your doctor. I followed up with my doctor, and they said, yeah, so no. There's 3 sacs, there's 3 heartbeats, and you're having triplets. Yes, I have 5 kids. I have 2 living daughters, and I have a set of triplet boys. Yeah. Years later, I would have to go and deal with that baby. I still thought I would be okay just because, well, the Lord has blessed divorce comes into play. So now I'm getting a little irritated. Like, Lord, you gave me all these kids. Now I'm about to raise them by myself. This math ain't mathing. And so it happened. And so here I was, left to raise 5 children by myself because someone got really bitter and decided I won't be a father anymore. So here you go. I didn't deal with the grief of the divorce. I was too busy. I don't have time. But I was so angry. I was so bitter. It caused my family so much pain. I was so toxic. Just because I was carrying, I was mad at God. I moved to North Carolina in 2008. I left my whole family in Ohio just to come here and go through a divorce and have to raise these kids by myself. I had been a stay-at-home mom for many years. So now I have to find a job. I have to go to the court system and see if I can get child support. I have to find a home, and I have to find a child. You have got to stay connected in community, whether you're joining a church or just getting with some girlfriends, because I believe that I was placed here to have the friendships that I had, one being Stephanie and Portia. So having them help me get through it was key. Whether they picked up a kid, helped me pay my rent on time, or what have you, community is so important. Felicia, that just stuck out to me when you were talking about that. We all need somebody. Whether it's just listen to me talk about this raggedy man. I mean, just whatever. Just be there for me. Let me in it. But at the end of it, I tried going into another relationship that didn't work because I had a suitcase called toxicity that I carried right into this new relationship. So needless to say, it didn't work because who wanted to deal with me? I didn't even want to deal with me. So, but I was forced now to deal with myself because I don't even like me. And I'm no good to my children, no good to myself. So finally, I had to isolate myself and get to a place of having a sound mind because I thought I was losing it. So now I had to isolate myself. Some people you got to get rid of. Some people will rid themselves, and that's fine, and it'll hurt, and then you might be grieving the end of the relationship, friendship, and that's okay. You will be all right, I promise. So it was reconnecting with Christ. I had been a Christian for many years, but when I got mad and angry, I decided I wanted to not be very Christian-like and do things without God. Separated myself, and that caused even more stupid stuff. It just was ghetto at the time. Like, this is real ghetto, and I caused some of this stuff. So I worked on getting my relationship with Christ back on track, and that meant forgiveness had to happen. So, and I couldn't do it without him. And so I got to a place of forgiving everybody who hurt me, and I had to ask for forgiveness. And so that wasn't easy because who really wants to forgive people that hurt you really bad? Nobody. But it's freeing because you only imprison yourself when you don't. And so that happened, and I started sowing into the kingdom. I was giving my tithes. When I tell you that's been one of the best things I've ever done as a single mom who needed every coin, that wasn't easy because I had to faith it out. And I'm like, Lord, you're going to do something so big, I know it, and you're going to continue to protect us and provide. But I can't put a price tag on sowing into the kingdom because I was the priest of my home, and I needed him to do some big things for me. And so that was, I started my journey of healing, and healing is a continuous journey. Every day, you have to make sure that you remove yourself from people that may trigger you into doing something, or, you just have to be cognizant of who you are around and the things that you do and the places and environments that you put yourself into. You also have to learn what the Bible says about you. Learn who you are. Date yourself. Even if you're married, spend time with yourself. Learn who you are so that you will believe God's word or who he says you are. The other thing was you can come into agreement with people's words that are negative. And I did that. My kid's grandmother, their great-granny, she was not trying to be hurtful to me, but when the divorce was happening, she said, "That boy done messed you up. Nobody gonna want you with 5 kids." And I believed her. Because I was broken. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know how I was gonna survive mentally, let alone financially. Well, she's right. Nobody is gonna want me. Oh my gosh, I'll be by myself forever. And I started believing it even more because I would meet men. They would be interested, and then they would ask me how many kids I had. 5 is a big number. 5? I'm saying that.
Right.
Unfortunately, yes. Maybe I would have did better if I would have had more than one, but which that's an intrusive question. I don't know why men say stuff, because it really doesn't matter. But anyway, so yeah, they would say, "Oh, okay, well, yeah. Oh, and even crazy things like, whew, I feel sorry for you." Okay. Especially when I told them that I had triplet boys. It was I guess they just didn't want to be bothered or thought I wanted them to be my children's father. But it was something about telling them that I had 3 boys. Whew, I feel sorry for you. Well, I've been on this journey of healing for a while now, and people will find you on social media, and they'll slide in your DMs, and they'll say, "Oh, you're looking real good there, Rhonda. It's like the kids are doing well." These are the same ones that said, "I feel sorry for you." "We're doing good, Doc. We're good. How are you? You still here?" "Oh, I'm miserable. My kids, they ain't working, they stay in my pocket." I said, "Ooh, I feel sorry for you." Because see, I've been on a journey of healing. So now I know who I am. I know I am a child of God. I know I'm made in his image. I know I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. I know that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. So now I can go back to Granny if she said, "Oh, that boy done messed you up. Ain't nobody gonna want you." I can say, "Okay." The devil is a liar. Yeah. Victory is mine. Yeah. Okay. Now, I may not be everybody's cup of tea, but I promise you, somebody want to take a sip. So I say, work on your relationship with Christ. Forgive. Ask to be forgiven. And know that healing is a continuous journey. Thank you for your time. Y'all better give it up for Rhonda Kirkland.
Well, that takes that forgiveness part. That forgiveness is so instrumental in our own growth, because forgiveness is truly for us. It's not about them, it's about us. That bondage is now released. So that was just a beautiful, beautiful word. Thank you again, Rhonda. One more round of applause.